It's time for your daily dose of all things Chicago sports. This is the Daily Score. Now, here's your host, Mark Grote.
Hello, what up? Justin Fields was a full participant in practice on Wednesday, and he will play against the Detroit Lions on Sunday. He said that he did not feel comfortable playing with a glove on, may have to wear some tape on that thumb against Detroit, but it sounds like everything is a go. He is good to go. It doesn't sound like he'll have any kind of limitations either from everything that he is saying. Matter of fact, Justin Fields said he wanted to play against Carolina, but as Justin Fields said, the head trainer told him that it's best for him long-term to cool it for just 1 week, that if he had gone back in, he could have re-aggravated it and could have been a longer injury. So they were just being an abundance of caution, terminology that we've learned over the last few years from sports figures. So now Justin Fields will answer all the questions and things that we have been talking about since he has been out. Like, what does Justin Fields want to prove in these final 7 games of the season?
Just go out there and, win games. Not here to prove anything to anybody. I'm playing for my teammates, playing for the coaches, and, that's it. And everything else will take care of itself. So, not necessarily trying to prove anything to anybody. Just go out there with my brothers and go out there and perform. So, yeah.
That's the plan. Obviously, he's got a lot to prove in the final 7 games, no matter what he is saying. And yeah, he is, of course, beholden to his team first, but this is the guy's career. I appreciate the fact that he took a little bit of pressure off of himself in saying that he has nothing to prove, but unfortunately the opposite is the truth. He has a ton to prove. And like I said, like I've been saying, it's got to be somewhere, I still believe, around what he did against Denver and Washington. Maybe not that expectant of him in every game, but it feels like they got to see some version of that for the Bears to have confidence in Justin Fields as their future quarterback. One thing, too, that Justin Fields admitted, he was asked, did you learn anything from watching the backup quarterback, Tyson Vick?
Yeah, I think really just looking at all quarterbacks, I feel like Tyson, quarterbacks around the league, quarterbacks in college, like we all play the game differently. So, things that Tyson did well, I'm definitely going to try to, emulate that, of course, in my game. But, at the end of the day, we're different quarterbacks. We don't do the same thing. So, but of course, there's bits and pieces that we do differently that he did well in the field. And of course, I'm going to try to, add that to my game for sure.
Is there something in particular that really complements the way you play? Like you said, you are different quarterbacks, but sometimes that can merge the two and it helps. Is there anything he did that you feel like can complement your skills?
Yeah, a lot of stuff for sure.
Wasn't going to give it up to Potash there at the end, but I thought that was cool that there does seem to be a legitimately cool relationship between Justin Fields and Tyson Vick, and he was big enough to say, yeah, man, I could learn something from the backup quarterback and from a lot of different quarterbacks. So Justin Fields with a good answer to that. Now the other part is throughout this whole process, there had been, I don't know where we are with it now, but people saying, maybe the Bears have a QB controversy. Maybe Tyson Bagent's the guy. Maybe Tyson Bagent's better. Boomer Esiason at the halftime of one of the games, don't even remember which one now, the one where Tyson Bagent played really good for a half. He said during the studio show on CBS that, hey, if Fields keeps playing or if Bagent keeps playing like that, how in the heck do you put Fields back in ever? So the question to Justin Fields, did you hear some of this stuff? People trying to stir up a QB controversy?
Yeah, of course, but that's the world we live in nowadays. Everybody wants to cause a stir, cause media attention, boom, 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 comments, stories. So that's just what comes with it. But I knew that was going to happen from the get-go, so it came to me as no surprise. But like I said, I was coming in the building every day, being the same guy I was before I was hurt, and just trying to be the best leader I can be.
Yeah, I had to know. Of course, he knew it was going to happen. I mean, there was whispers of it beforehand. Ever since Tyson Bagent got here and he started to perform well in the preseason, there's been a murmur of, what about Tyson Bagent? Could he possibly be better than Justin Fields? And look, there's no reason to not root for Tyson Bagent, and he could have a very fulfilling career. But if nothing else was proven, what was proven is that Justin Fields, there is no doubt he is 100% the better option at quarterback over Tyson Bagent. And again, that's no shade to Tyson Bagent. People think I have something against Bagent. That's far from the truth. I had an open canvas for him, and if he was better than Justin Fields, I would have been talking about it and promoting it and wanting it. But that just simply was not the case. And Justin Fields is back, and Tyson Bagent, obviously, he gets it as well. You might have noticed, especially during the Sunday nighter, or the Thursday nighter recently, where Justin Fields down on the sidelines, the camera will come to him, and you see him kind of mimicking the play calls. He's got the headset on, and he seems very engaged. So we asked him about playing along with the offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy, during games.
I think the Sunday night game, I was trying to, just play the game in my head. I think I got a call down from upstairs and saying that the camera kept showing me call the play call, so I had to stop doing that. But, I think, just like you said, just seeing the game from a different perspective. And, of course, I don't want to mess with Luke too much during the game. Of course, he's locked in too. So definitely just seeing why he's calling certain plays. And, there were a few times where, I wanted to ask him, what were you thinking on this play? Like, what was your mindset? Like, what was your goal and to calling this play? But like I said, I didn't want to, mess with his mojo because he's locked in, game day. I think I tried to talk to him one time, and I mean, he just, he's so locked in, he didn't even hear me. But definitely, like I said earlier, just, seeing the game from a different perspective and kind of just the bigger picture of things.
Yeah, and Justin Fields is going to have his hands full against a much improved Detroit defense, a good team all around. One thing for Justin Fields, though, is he has, for the most part, depending on how you look at it, the Bears' offensive line is all of a sudden at full strength. And that is because Nate Davis is expected to play back in practice full-time. And we all wondered what was going to happen with Nate Davis once he came back. Would they slide him over to the right side or to the left side? Because Tevin Jenkins has been so good at right guard. That is not the case. Tevin Jenkins will go back to left guard. Nate Davis will be the right guard. Matt Eberflus told us that's just what is that they feel like that is their best version of an offensive line. Fact of the matter is that Nate Davis has never played left guard at the NFL level. Now, I do think it's funny that they just expected Tevin Jenkins to be able to switch back and forth, no problem whatsoever. And in the case of Nate Davis, apparently that was not a consideration. I would have liked to have seen him. Honestly, I would have liked to have seen the Bears stick with that, to stick with on the right side for Tevin Jenkins, just because it was building up with Darnell Wright. But that's the way they're going about it. And I am looking forward to seeing it back with Nate Davis there and Braxton Jones getting healthier and healthier. Darnell Wright been doing what he's doing. It doesn't look like they're going to do any rotation stuff either with Nate Davis. We've seen the Bears do that a lot under Matt Eberflus when guys are ramping back up along the offensive line. But it does look like they're just going to throw him in there and see if he can play the whole game. Obviously, if he feels like he's limited Nate Davis, then they'll pull him out. But it looks pretty good for him in that offensive line completely. One thing, too, that I was going through some of the numbers, team numbers for the Bears and the Lions, and you don't find a lot of categories that the Bears have the advantage in. One area, though, that both teams are very close to each other is the run game. The Bears and Lions are 4th and 5th in the league, respectively. But they're also both terrific at stopping the run, 2nd and 3rd, respectively. So we'll see which team really trusts their running game this week to go up against two defenses that have been stuffing it. And maybe with all that in mind, this could be a good old-fashioned shootout between Jared Goff and welcome back Justin Fields. I mean, that's what you start to think about how daring offensive coordinators in this game for both teams, the Bears and the Lions, will be at trying to run the ball with their strong running games against very good run defenses. We'll get more into that as the week goes on. I should also tell you that Terrell Smith is back. Yeah, Terrell Smith, the rookie out of Minnesota. That'll add a lot to the secondary. So he's practicing. He should be good to go. Kari Blasingame cleared from concussion protocol. And Khalil Herbert remains in the 21-day window. He was actually limited in practice after being a full participant last week. So we're still waiting on Khalil Herbert, although the run game has played very well. That's it for today on the Daily Score. Thanks for watching, listening, and subscribing like you do. For our executive producer, Ray Diaz, I am Mark Grote. I will talk to you tomorrow.